is start.
Hi guys, I'm Festus Asunyobi and I'm the development team for this group project.
Me, I'm a member of the development team.
Hello everyone, my name is Olumide Adebi. I'm a member of the development team too.
I am Aparna. I'm also a member of the development team.
I'm Mohammad Rakib. I'm also a member of development team.
I'm Sean. I'm the advocacy member for this project.
Today we'll be discussing the Moscow priority. We'll be prioritizing our user stories based on Moscow rules, and we also estimate our user stories. So to start with, we have to I'd like us to discuss each of the story and suggest what category each of them fall under the Moscow priority rules. This the discussion will be between myself and the rest of the development team. So for the first one, it says a user can create a new account to use the platform, which is directly related to user registration. So guys, what do you think, or under which category of the Moscow priority rule do you think this story falls?
I think it should be must have.
Do you have any reason for that?
Because in order to go to the platform and use other features of the platform, they need to have the account first, right? So it has to be must have.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
That's very straightforward. You know,
And
registration is important and has a high priority, so it's a must-have.
great. So we need users to be able to register. We need
Yeah,
them to be able to register so they can create account and start using our platform.
yeah.
So the estimate we will move to that next, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do that later.
So a user can log in to access their account data. I think this falls under the same category, right?
Yes, login is a must-have, yes.
Yes, I get that. It's important for users to log in and access their data. A user can securely log out after using the platform. This is also important because there is no point in them logging in and not being able to securely sign out of their account.
The same thing for the fourth one. They can reset their password if in case they forgot their password, right?
Yeah. The user can reset their password if forgotten. Same
That's
category.
a must-have too.
Yeah. The user can add income and expense records to track finances. I think this should be
It's a must have.
Yeah.
why not should have? I think okay. Well,
It should be a must-have because that's the essence of the application. You should be able to add income and expenses. If not, what's the essence of the application? So that's like the most important feature
yeah,
of the application.
yeah,
So it's a must-have.
I think that's right. Yeah, I agree because that's why the app exists, right? They should be able to hide their income and display all other informations. Users need they need this to users needed to track their income, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a user can view a weekly or monthly summary for their finances. Must have, right?
No, that should not be that. It's not essential like that. If you
A
don't
user
have
can
it,
view a weekly or monthly summary of their finances.
I think that should have.
I think it should have, like, we can consider releasing this in the next iteration. I mean, the next release, right? I mean,
Yes.
no, let's think about this very well. If it should be should have, I think we should make it a priority. The reason is that there is no point in them being able to hide their income and expenses, and they will not be able, at the end of the week, view the summary of their finances. What do you guys think about that?
I think it should have.
Should have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
it
spoke?
should
Yeah,
have
it should
because
have.
it is actually dependent on number 4. It's dependent on number 4. If you don't have number 4, you might not necessarily be able to generate a summary of whatever you want to generate. So, and there are different ways of displaying information apart from just showing the summary, right? So it should be a should have. It's not a must have. If you don't have it, you can still use the application. There are other ways of displaying the information to the user.
So, but for the conveniency that comes with adding and tracking your expenses and your income, I think displaying the summary is important.
And that's why we said it's a should have. It's something that is necessary, but it's not mandatory, right? It's not like if you don't have it, the application cannot work. Do you understand? It is necessary
Yeah,
but not
I get that.
mandatory. If it is mandatory, then that is when you should be a must have. But it's not mandatory. You can use tables to display each of the transactions, and the guy can summarize by himself, the customer. So that's the thing.
A user can add a new debt to track their repayment details.
So for this one, I think it's a must have. I don't know what you guys think.
I think it should have. Because the
I think it
tracking
should have.
Why do you think so?
the tracking data is helpful, but not required right away. The first revision.
For me, I think it's a must have because you obviously need to be able to input whatever debt you have necessarily before you can even say you want to track the repayment details. It's supposed to be a part of the major feature of the application, except you are not tracking debts at all. As far as we are tracking debts, we should be
It
able to have a
depends.
case read
Are
down.
we actually including that in the first release or not? Like, do we want to add that feature? Because I think for the debt row, it's a feature on its own to be able to track debt and hack debt, etc. So if it to be in the first release, then I think it should be must have.
So what do you guys think? What should we go for?
I think must have because it is necessary for users to track their debts and repayment plans.
I agree with that.
Yeah, same thing. I think it must have.
So go ahead, please.
Users can set reminders to avoid missing payment. Must have.
Should have, right?
This should be must have because there is no point in them being
Yeah.
able to add a new debt and they can't get reminder for it. The
No,
software
no.
should help them with that.
Like I always say, is whatever is core to the application is what should be a must-have. If you don't have that reminder, there's nothing stopping a customer from logging to their app and checking the dates. So without the reminder, the application will still work. You still do its function. Apparently, we have other applications that if they don't have reminders for such things, you need to just go to your application, log in, and see your payment date. So if you don't have it, it is not mandatory. So it should be a should have.
Okay, I agree with that actually. What do you guys think? What do the rest of the team think about that?
I think for the reminder,
Mhm.
this
It should be a must-have, right?
must have, yeah.
Why do you think it's a must-have?
Because as a finance app, you want it to remind you the prepayment and other things so that you don't miss the date.
Like the same user will be having different payments or debts.
Can you speak up? I'm struggling to hear you. Can you speak up? I can hear the others, but whenever you speak, I can't hear you.
Hmm?
I said, can you speak up a bit? I can't hear you.
Like I was saying, the user will be having different payment options or different payments to be done. So if we have a reminder, like it will be easy for them to sort it out. So I think it's a must have.
So is that the consensus? Is that what everybody thinks?
Well, I think I will agree to should have because just like you mentioned, if the app doesn't have this feature yet, it can still work, it can still function, and users can still use our services.
That's what I think too. So what are we putting down? What are we
So
putting
do
down?
we all agree to that?
So how many people are going with must have? How many people are going with should have? So we just take that and put it down. I'm going with more should have. Festus is going with should have. Akona, what are you going with?
Maybe let's go with should have it.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Ty, what are you going with? Nin, what are you going with?
I think it should have instead of must have.
Should have. So that means we have 4 out of 6 already. So let's go with should have. So that we can be fast about it and
A user can view detailed debt information to manage repayment.
that's a must have for me.
The user can view detailed debt information to manage repayment. That should definitely be must have.
Yeah.
Do we all agree to that?
Yeah.
And why is it? So that you can see
because obviously
because
like we mentioned earlier, for the first one, the one before this, which is the how many please? The one that we have notifications, right? That's the should have. Why this one should be a must have is because obviously if the user logs in, they should be able to view detailed information about what their debt is, what their debt position is, to be able to make that decision for repayment. So it's a must have. That's the reason I think.
Yeah, I think it's needed for users to be viewed, to be able to view the details of their debt and manage it efficiently. And then the user can see an overview of all their investments. That's not
Must have, right?
that's not an important aspect of the software for now, I think. That can be, well, should have, right? All their investments.
Should have.
Should have.
For that.
It should be should have.
It is important for users, for investors to see their overall. This is only necessary. It's only necessary for investors to see their financial situation, right? A financial expert can provide personalized financial recommendations. I think the app can still function without that for the first release, right?
That should be a could have.
Could have.
Yeah.
A financial expert can provide personalized financial recommendations. It should have, I guess, because if you have users that are tracking their income and expenses on and they are able to track their finances on the software, then they should be able to get personalized financial recommendations either by financial experts or or it could even be just by providing them available resources. So I think that will fall under should have, but it might not be the priority in the first release.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. Do we all agree to that?
Yeah.
And why is it necessary? Because this will help user. This will help user by providing them with advices to better their financial situation. An administrator can create user roles and set permissions. This is definitely must have.
Must have.
Yeah, because we need to control access to our software. And what users can do. So access control in the system.
When the customer registers, then
An administrator
system knows.
can view system activity logs. This is important too. To be must have.
Yeah.
Because we want to be able to see what users are doing, when users create accounts, etc. Right. So this will allow admins to track all activities. In the system. A user can create custom categories for their expenses. Could have, but personally, I think it could have. It's not that important because they can still
Yeah.
manage their expenses without the category part.
Could have.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
And a user can edit or delete incorrect income or express records.
It must have.
Must have.
Yeah, this is, well, create custom categories. If okay, a user can edit or delete incorrect. Okay, yeah, must have, and so why is this important? Is we are all humans and we can make
The customer can
commit errors,
delete
right?
the
So
wrong data.
yeah,
Like
any errors or mistake made.
Okay, so after Moscow part, next we should do the estimation part. Now I hope everyone join these tools, and we do the user story one by one. Can you guys see the first one? The first card.
No, so you need to start it from the first one.
Please just give me a second. I'm trying to access
To
it.
start from create accounts. What we
Create
have
account.
Yeah,
is
we have to start from the beginning, from the first one, so as to.
It's random or pick, right?
you need to go back up. Then you show us on the Powerball. It has to be the first one too. The create account. Yes. Nice.
Here.
So you can vote now.
Are you start recording already?
Yes.
Yes. So just let's quickly vote, and this should be fast enough. Everyone should just go ahead and vote. This should be fast. It shouldn't take that long.
You guys can check the card here. For this one.
Okay. So
Okay, so
most
let's
people agreed on
discuss
1
about
day.
it.
So let's go.
We have one people owns two, and the rest people owns one.
I think 1 day is enough for the creating account.
Yeah, I think you should just go ahead with the 1 day because we have so many
Go on,
people
pick.
with the 1 day, the highest vote. So Let's go.
Okay, so it's 1, okay?
Next one.
And the next one. The user can log. The card is here.
Let's close. Yeah. We need to vote.
Yep.
But I was trying to quickly vote. Now it should be good.
So have 2 people want 2, 3 people want 1.
Well, I think 1 day should be fine. If you have registration, which is a longer form, that for 1 day, login
Because
should
for
not be.
to see all the data and everything, we have to create, in the backend, we have to create like a database and everything. So I think 2 days should be better.
But the
2 days?
registration that you have, the registration is a longer form, and we had 1 day for registration. So why should log in now, which is just 2 elements, take 2 days, when registration is just 1 day? That's why I think 1 day
Don't
should be fine
forget
for
we have a
login.
test. We also need to do the test part.
So I think you should go with 1 day, please. Let's go.
Okay, so it's 1.
Yes.
Guys, can you all see me, or my camera is off?
We can see you perfectly.
I can see.
Okay.
And here's the next one for the login. A user will log in a account on the day.
The logout, right?
Login. Logout. Yes, logout. Sorry, it's logout. This card. Yes.
That shouldn't take up to a day. It's just to sign user out. That's all.
But what we have here is 1 day, so we can discuss it and put it there, like maybe say
Yes,
6
you.
hours or whatever.
I can't see it. Wait. Oh.
You what?
Sorry. Did you remove the first task?
It's okay. I will add it later. I remember
Okay,
that
now
one.
it's good.
The first task we did, which is the registration, it's supposed to be in the task list.
Yeah, it's okay.
So-
I remember that. I will add it later.
Okay.
And now is reset the password.
Reset password.
Yeah, reset the password.
Okay, everyone pick 1 day. Okay.
And here's the next one. To add income and expense records.
User can add income, expense records to track finances.
Yeah. It's just adding the.
Okay, so there are 2 and 3.
I think 1 day should be good because it's just like automatically adding those information into the database, right? So 1 day is good.
How about
Is it?
Lomemi?
Excuse me, guys. Is it possible to? Did you try if it's possible to assign 0.5 to the logout.
You mean 0.5, which mean half day?
Yes, half day.
The
The
final
logout.
document should carry that now. So let's just say we have 6 hours. The final document should take that. I don't think you can have 0.5
Oh,
on this.
okay. I get that.
So
So
for this
how about
one,
this one?
the reason why I'm choosing 3 days is because adding income is a separate module, adding an expense is a separate module, right? And developing it is not just something that you say you can do in one day. That's the way I see it.
Well, the reason I went for one personally is I think adding income and their expenses is just like we are taking information from them and we are inserting it into the database. That's all. And then we will
Yeah.
display the information we insert into the database. So I
And
don't think it should take more than 1 day.
well,
It's just
for
like we
both
are
modules,
submitting a form to the database and we are getting the form back from the database.
because it's not just one form. There are two things here. You are doing income separately. You are doing expenses and recording separately. So, well, if you say one day, but for me, I don't think one day will be enough to do that. But like I said, it seems
Personally,
majority
I
carry
think
the vote.
I think 1 day will be good.
Okay.
So is that one?
Yeah, majority,
Yes, one.
yes.
So here the next is view a weekly or monthly summary.
Weekly or monthly summary.
Yeah, and the card is here. You want to check the notes and the test part to design. Okay. And the next is a user can add a new debit to check the payment details.
A user can add new debts to track payment details.
Next is a user can set a payment reminder for missing payments. The
Reminder.
card is here. Yeah, the card's here, okay? Okay, so they have 1 and 2.
I
They have
don't think
2
I don't think
tokens.
we understand what it entails to do some of these things. So we are all just choosing one day. It's not from the customer's perspective now, it's from the developer's perspective. If you have developed an application before and you understand what it means to be able to set up to do notifications, then you know that it's not a 1 day thing. So I'm surprised that everybody just taking 1 day for every of this task, right?
Actually, I'm a mobile app developer and setting up a notification in an application is not something that will take so long.
Yes, that's
Don't
true.
think so. Yeah.
So you think
It
1 day
shouldn't
is
take so
good?
long.
So
So
Ahmed,
basically, all we have to do is just check for the condition. If the condition meets the date that the user sets, then you will trigger the notification, and that's all.
I'm talking
Shouldn't take
about
so much time.
developing, not just setting. So you need to develop the
That's
screen. You need to develop the screen. One, you need to set up the trigger from the back end, right? You need to develop the template for the message that will notify. And you think you can do all of that in 1 day?
a payment reminder will just be in form of a notification, just like you have a notification enters your phone from, let's say, receive a message from WhatsApp.
I know. I'm saying developing it as a developer. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying notification is not.
But I don't know. What do the rest of the team think?
I think one day is enough. It's about setting everything, like taking the input from the user and update in the database, and then trigger the notification. That's it. I don't think it could take 2 days. One day is enough.
I
Personally,
agree.
that's what I think.
Armin, do you agree with it? And Rakat, do you agree with this one? One?
Please go ahead with one day. Let's go.
Okay, so we need to talk about this. Is one or two? You want to give me the reason?
One.
One?
Then we
Okay.
can go with one.
Okay, let's move to the next one then.
Here's the next. A user can view detail of the debit information and to manage the payments. The cards is here. So, Abraham,
Actually, it was a mistake. Like, I just misdid it.
so one is okay?
Yeah.
So here, I think we've already assigned 2 story points to this feature, because initially we have users can add their debt, right? And then now we say users can view the debt. So it's more or less like the first one was for the backend. Users can insert it into the database, and then for them to be able to view the details, we are getting the information from the database. So I think we should be good with that.
Okay, so the next one is a user can see an overview of all their investments. And the cards is here. Okay, first off, you select two. Only you select two, so
Yeah, we can go with one. Sorry.
okay. And here's the next. Financial experts can prove the personal friend's recommendation. And the cards is here. Okay, Fresto and Ni, only you to choose two. Can we talk about this one? One or two?
Yeah, let's.
Well, the reason I picked two, honestly, I don't know how that will work yet, and so it's difficult to say to really to estimate the day, because we don't know in what form will they receive the personalized message, in what form, and in what form will financial experts provide the information to them. Are they just sending them resources, or we have to communicate with each other, or I don't know how that will get. So it's quite difficult to estimate the story.
So
The thing is, yeah, I think the same way. There's gonna be some more features for this field, so maybe it's gonna take more time for this part.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, then maybe we can
So
do
two?
two. Yeah.
Everyone can decide.
Olumide wanted to say something.
So
Let
what I
me-
wanted to say is
You wanna
just
say
that
something?
we know that the financial experts will have their own model, and what they are going to do is basically after checking the client's information and data, all they need to do is just probably either push an email, giving the recommendations, or if it's going to be in app, basically pushing an article to the customer to have a look and see what recommendations they are making. So I don't think that should take a lot of time. But like you mentioned, there are so many different ways of doing it, and we've not even agreed on which one will be the best. So maybe we'll go with the 2 days because it might take
That
some
is
more
that
time
is valid.
to
That is
develop.
valid, and also we have to factor in the fact that we have to connect a financial expert account to their respective clients, right? And then after we would have connected them, then we have to ensure that information goes to the right clients and not just random users in the database. So connecting them as some sort of relationship that we have to also map out. So it might take a while. So we can
Yeah.
say 2 days for that.
So 2, right?
Yes.
The next. Administrator can create a user role and set a promise.
Set permissions.
Yeah. Okay. And the next, the administrator can view the system activity log.
Logs.
Let's go. Only use set 3.
Well, the reason I picked 3 is that in order to view activity logs, there are some other tools that we will need to track activities, right? Aside from just inserting users into the database, or we want to know when a new user joins, registers on our platform, or they log in, we want to be able to track their activities, which might require we having to use probably other frameworks or connecting external libraries before we can get the list of activities that they are doing, just to make sure that they are compliant uh, to the software policy. So I think that might take a couple of days to implement, especially if we have to just get ourselves familiarized with the library that we'll be using to log all the activities. And then all the activities, we'll be inserting them into our own database as well. So I think it might take a while.
Don't forget that you guys can check the test case. We also needed to do this. So I think I'm agreeing with Fred for 3. Even I'm the Agile person. How about you guys think?
You said you'll be going with Festus?
Yeah, I'm the Agile customer, but I'm
No,
agreeing with Ezra.
Agile customer does not have a say in this. So the rest of the
Yeah.
team can let us know why they've picked why they've gone for one
Yeah.
things.
I just
Let's say
remember they have the test case. Have to check here.
Oh,
So activity logs is basically just what the user is doing on the system. We want to be able to say, okay, the user added savings, the user added expenses, the user deleted this transaction, the user updated this transaction. That is what it is. And I don't think we really need.
yeah, for the activity log,
I don't think
I
we
don't
really
think
need
it's gonna take that much
external
time because
or
all the
third party.
activities of the user gonna be updated in their log
Let
already, so it's not gonna take that much time.
okay, if it's just about that, then I think one day should be good. If it's just about to update the log in the database when they create an account and when they log in, when they log out. I think we should be fine with just one story point. So I agree to that.
So one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next is a user can create a customer catalog for their expense. And the card is here.
Please, I am lost. I'm trying to rejoin.
Okay.
Okay. A user can create custom categories for their expenses. Okay.
Yeah, this one. So you pick up two.
I pick up two because here is the custom category. You can need to make different categories and other things. I thought maybe we need more time to do that.
So I could say when we set up the database down the line, right, there are gonna be a list of categories there already. So then the customer just select which one that match their expense. So it's not gonna take that much time when we execute the app. So one day should be fine.
I agree
Do
to
you
that.
agree with that? Rakib, do you agree with that?
Yeah. So
So it should be one, okay? And next is a user can edit or delete the incorrect income expense record. Follow me?
Follow me.
And next, a user can set saving goals for tracking their progress. Cards is here. One. And the next, a financial expert can offer the educational resource to the user. And the cards is here. So, Rakib, only you choose two.
because you're gonna offer educational resource and other things, so don't you need to work here for like is one day gonna be enough for it?
Anyone can give the reason, the people who choose one.
So basically, what is the only thing that I see that is difficult there in this part is we don't know yet which means. I mentioned that earlier. Will it be in form of chats such that they can chat with their respective clients, or will it be in form of maybe an alert, or I don't know, it could be something like that, or will it be that when they share the resources, user gets notification in their email with link to the resources or maybe attachments or whatever it is. How do we go about it? But I think whichever way, it shouldn't take more than a day. So
Yeah,
what
I would
Rakib
say.
just explained is more or less like they will look for resources, but they are not looking for resources in our platform. They already have it in their computer. We don't care about how long it takes them to get the resources that they are providing to the client. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So I think for this one, there was be a box that the financial expert can provide a link, right? And then when the user click into the link, they can attach the resources. That's what you mean, right, Fetus? It's not gonna take that much time.
No, it shouldn't take that much time. So
Do you agree,
we'll go
Mika?
with one.
Yeah.
So it will be fun, okay? And the next is the user can add the new investment account to check the assets. Vespa? Okay, me, only you choose two. Give me the reason.
So for the investment account, right? This user, the thing here is the user should connect their account. Like for the application, they need to take all the information from the user investment account to the platform, right? So it's gonna take a while down the line. That's what I think. So I picked 2 days. I think 1 day is not enough to get all the information from the investment account into our platform.
Makes
Okay, I
sense.
need
Sorry, I'm not
opinion.
getting something. I'm not getting something right. Are they adding, like, are they creating a new account in our platform, or they are importing from other platforms?
The thing here is we have to manually create their investment account and put our information there, or we gonna they're gonna be the connection between your investment account from the other application to this application. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Oh, that depends. Olumide, how do you think that, and what do you think the flow will be like? How do you think that will work?
So it's not really something hard. Basically, what you need to do is just you have a
And
screen.
here
The
is the
user,
thing. I feel like we are making kind of like the app. We make the app more complex now. Like for the personal financial tracking, I would say we add too much feature right now that make the app more comfortable, more like complex when we do the real project. When we add the investment here.
So since we are not sure about how that will work, I think, well, it's agile customers' decision to decide whether we should push that to maybe next meeting or something like that. Since we are not sure what it will look like yet, or what the flow will be like.
Just for now, just talk about this user story. Okay.
From
So
my opinion, I could say if it's just like at the you know investment account manually, then 1 day is enough. But to connect the account between other platforms, it's gonna take more than 1 day. So maybe two
Exactly,
days.
exactly.
So it
So
depends.
I think that's right.
yeah, I will.
I
so
think
I
let's put it 2 days because
2 days, right?
Yeah.
Do we all agree with that?
okay.
That the next, the user can view the details information for
For each
each.
investment account.
Yes. And then next is a user can export a summary report for all the debits.
Such reports of all the debts.
Mm,
next is the user can calculate interest over the term for their debts. And the next is a user can set the investment goals for tracking their progress. And the next is the administrator can
Enable or disable system maintenance code.
enhance model stuff. Okay, Fresno,
Yes.
so you pick up two.
Yes, I picked two.
So here.
I picked
First of
two because when they disable when they enable maintenance mode, then we have to consider that any parts of the system that will be affected by the maintenance will be put in place, like things will be put in place. For instance, if they will not be able to access any of their system, then we might have to implement, or maybe it's just the activity that they will be carrying out that will disable the system. I don't know, but I think we have to factor in the fact that some part of the system will be affected, and we have to manage them efficiently. And then they will also be notified of the activities that will be taking place when they turn on the system maintenance. And also, we have to notify them beforehand, before the date that the maintenance is set to, or the date we are set for the maintenance. So that's what I think. That's why I chose two. But it depends.
To me personally, I think here's like the admin, they're gonna have their, the right to enable or disable their system maintenance mode. So it's just like the, to the code, it's just like enable depends on their status. So I think 1 day is enough for the, from the maintenance. I think it's gonna be few days if for the maintain the application, but here's just like enable or disable the system, so it's just 1 day is enough. What do you think, Fetus?
Okay, I agree to that.
Okay, so go to one. And next. Okay, is one. And we have the last one. Okay,
Hello.
so I will double check. I missed this one, right? Or here.
Pardon? What did you say?
No, I just make sure we cover all the domains. Yep.
All right, so we finished the Moscow prioritization, and now it's like the card, right? We're already done. So
Yes. So
Yeah, I sent the link to the Excel sheet. I shared the link with everyone in the chat.
all right, so I will try to edit the document and also the video to submit to the professor by the end of today. So yeah, it should be fine.
So thank you everyone.
All right,
Now I stop the
recording.
okay.
Yeah.